Hello, and welcome to my REANIMAL's PC Port review and gameplay. So, to start, what I'm going to do is just go over the performance, and then we can look at the game and see how everything else does on top of that. So, if we go to our settings, gameplay, I haven't touched any of this stuff. You could probably turn off crossplay if you want, but honestly, I wouldn't touch anything there. Audio, same, don't touch. Video, pretty much. As a start, you can absolutely run it off and run the game natively, and you won't have any issues, or at least I haven't. There is definitely a lot more 1% drops and dropping from like 140 to 90 to 80, sometimes as low as 50 or 40. But honestly, that's pretty common in the industry. So the fix to that is to run DLSS. You could probably go for quality mode. You could go performance if you want, but honestly, I would stick with either native or just running quality mode DLSS. Advanced settings, I haven't touched any of this shit. I've just left it all as high based off their config because it all seems to run pretty fine with no problems there. And for the most part, we can hit 140 without too much of an issue. If we run the game though, just so you can see more from a gameplay side. Now, as you can see, we've just arrived on the beach. This is very early in Act 1, or the first chapter. So first off, the movement is quite good. It's a little slow, but it's good. For a Little Nightmare's spiritual successor, it's pretty much what you would expect. Press A to jump. You can then, later on, you'll get a weapon, and you can then use X to attack. If you hold right trigger, it allows you to do a pretty quick run, which is really great. And you've got good movement while running, which means I never feel like you're going to get just soft locked or stuck in a location, which is very good. One of the biggest improvements, I'll see if I can show it. There's, I think one of these has a key. Bear with me. They have the key to the door, and I just can't remember which one it is. Let's see. Unless it's scripted and you have to check all of them, which I wouldn't be surprised. Ah, there it is. So we press Y to pick up the key. Now that's a huge difference because in the old games you had to carry the key, and then hold it with you, and then run to the door to actually use it. Now you put the key in your pocket, so you don't have to carry it, and it doesn't affect your movement or controls. That for me is a massive quality of life feature. And now we walk up to the door, press Y, he'll automatically take the key out, unlock the door, and then if you don't need the key anymore, he'll just leave it in the door, which is really cool. If you can see right now, we're now hitting about 70 FPS on native, which is not too bad, but it is getting a bit of low points, so dropping a fair bit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our video settings. I'm going to turn on DLSS, and then I'm going to run it in quality mode, and we're going to apply that fix. And now we've just jumped up from 50 to 100, which is a pretty good improvement there. If you hit, the right button, use your lighter, and then you can use that to get a little bit of light. It's not huge, but enough that you can see. Graphically, art style wise, the game is very pretty, and it looks very good. There are some puzzles in this game that are nothing too taxing. I might have fucked this up. Oh, shit. Ah. Yeah, I fucked that up. That's fine. All right. push that, and now we just leg it. But yeah, the movement, all that stuff, I don't know why she didn't just come through, but we'll hit the thing again. It'll stop, she'll come through, and then we can go through the hatch. But as you can see, all the water effects looks really cool. Like you can actually see the water dripping down the fan. Like that's sick. The fact that they went to the effort to design that in is very cool from an art style perspective. As you can see, it does look very dark, but you can see it. Equip our light. Now we're going to go this way. Hold left trigger to crouch. Crouch movement is pretty good. We're in water right now, but obviously the movement speed is pretty good there, so nothing too bad to worry or stress about. The climb speed is pretty fast, which is good, because then I know some of the older games it did feel a bit slow. That is the first main boss guy in the zone. There are about 3 in all up in this game. Ones that you tackle, they're all quite good, and the fights and battles with them are quite good and enjoyable. By the way, this is what I'm showing you here is all from the demo, so none of it is really a spoiler. So that's what's good. Good there. So I wouldn't want to spoil anything in the game for anyone. It took me about 5 to 5.5 hours to finish the game, so it's not very long, but there is some DLC coming, so it is definitely good there. When it comes to cost and replayability, I think your mileage will vary. This is probably a good game that you could play once, come back to in a year, play again, or if you want to try and get all the collectibles and all that kind of stuff, then you can do that too. But in this pure sense of like, is there actually replay value to this game? Not heaps. There's some, not a lot. When it comes to content, it's basically just a story. There are some side areas that you can find, like these masks and stuff. Interesting. Yeah. So they do save across runs the different masks that you can find. We'll wear the bucket. But it seems that like if you've already found it, it will be there. So you can just grab them again. Right now we are running this on quality, but getting a 90 FPS is not too bad. This is a game that doesn't really matter too much about your frame rate, so that's good. I haven't experienced any kind of bugs or massive frame drops or lack of picture quality or something like that. All of it has been pretty sharp and been pretty good, which is good. This is also running the new update, version 1.5, which fixes a lot of bugs and a couple of soft locks and all that kind of stuff. Now, I didn't experience any of that stuff while I was playing the game, but obviously it's video games, like your mileage will vary. For some people, you might experience that stuff. For other people, you won't. In the sense of a story, all we're trying to do is find all our friends and save them. If you want to talk about scares, this is definitely the scariest game in the series. Definitely, 1000%. They've done a lot of good work to make this a lot more of a horror title than previous games. I think also this is a huge improvement in comparison to Little Nightmares 3, which, while not terrible, wasn't very good in comparison. So I think them making this in comparison to Little Nightmares 3, well, this will obviously be compared to. It's huge difference. And I think people are going to enjoy this a lot more. And there's extra DLC coming. This is also each to their own. I found this game's story to be very confusing. I don't think it's told in the best way that I can imagine a lot of people playing it and being like, wait, what? What did I just play? Because the story is a little bit unclear, but for the most part, the game is itself as an experience is pretty strong, and I've had a very good time. Oh, right, I need to tell her to do it. So left bumper tells her to do that. Now I've got to run this way, dropping this up here, climb, and now we run this way, push this down so then she can come join us on the other side. The sound design and audio quality is very, very good. The monster design is great as well. Overall gameplay, art style, all that kind of stuff. It's all great. Like I have nothing but praise for this game. You can see these fuckers, like they're fucking frightening, especially if you don't expect it. So overall, I'm quite impressed with this game. If you wanted me to give you a review of it, I would probably give it about an 8.5 out of 10. And the reason for that is even though it's very good, it's still just a continuation of Little Nightmares, really. Like to me, it's just more of the same. I don't think this game does anything unique to the previous games. Like that being said, if you love Little Nightmares, I think you'll love this because it just builds on top of that in such a strong way. That being said, it's just more Little Nightmares. Like that's really it. It's just more of what you've already experienced. So if you weren't already a fan, I don't think this game is going to make you a fan of the game. But if you do really love it and you enjoy it, I think this is definitely worth checking out. But I think we're gonna call it there. Please, let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of Little Nightmares. What you think of Reanimal. Are you enjoying it? Are you picking it up? Or are you waiting for a sale? Because I understand the price is probably a little bit steep for the hours of content you get out of it. But I'd love to know what everyone else's positions are and what everyone thinks of Reanimal. Because I think it's a really solid game. And from a smaller studio and smaller team, I think it's incredibly well done, and I'm very impressed with what they've done here. And for a short experience, it's fun. It's solid. Is it perfect? No, but it's good, and I'd recommend that you give it a chance at some point. But yeah, I think I'll call it then, and I'll see you all in the next video.